What's up, everybody? Do you like three-part harmony? Do you like hearing really cool stories about connections between musicians and interesting stories behind the songs themselves? Well, check out episode 7, The Fascinating History of Southern Cross. So, Southern Cross is a pretty well known 1982 hit by Crosby, Stills, and Nash. It has these great three-part harmonies in this really long pre chorus that get even bigger in the chorus itself. It's a great, great song, and especially if you love harmonies, love singing along, it's super cool for that. Well, in the link below, you're going to see this article by Scott McCormick of Disc Makers, which is an indie music helper site. This is not my research, but I just want to talk about this article a little bit and refer you to it and have you read it because to me, it is so super, super, super cool. And just even the first thing, which says that Scott started doing research on an article about pre-courses, and that led him to digging up this dirt about Crosby, Stills, and Nash and their song Southern Cross, and realizing that it was actually written by somebody else at first, and that became the story. And I love hearing things about that. I love whenever Ball in the House is doing a cover and we look up a little bit about the song if we're talking about it or doing an intro, and just learning something really cool about musicians who played on the track or the history behind it and different things like that. Stuff that I really, really dig. My wife had read the article. She's not very musical, but she thought it was super cool. So I'm going to encourage you to do that. I'm just going to say real quick that for me, hearing that story about this song, we have the Curtis brothers who had joined up with Lindsey Buckingham and Stevie Nicks after they got let go by their label as a duo, but before they had joined Fleetwood Mac. And then they came together and they did a demo for this song that the Curtis brothers had written, and Stevie Nicks sang backup on it. Lindsey Buckingham did the production, and just that later on, when Crosby, Stills, and Nash was recording it, how David Crosby was having legal troubles at the time, so they brought in Art Garfunkel to sing his backup harmonies. I mean, stuff like that I think is so cool. In the article, you'll be able to see the two songs, the original that the Curtis brothers recorded, and then the Crosby, Stills, and Nash version. And it's really easy for anyone to hear the similarities, but also the differences. But Scott spells out in this article a lot of the differences, and I think even if you don't necessarily understand all of it, he doesn't write it too technical. Just kind of expands what some of those differences are and why he thinks it makes it such a big change and effective song that became a huge hit for Crosby, Stills, and Nash, but was just kind of a blah demo for the Curtis brothers. So anyway, that's enough for me. Check this out. Fascinating, fascinating stuff. And let me know what you think in the comments below.